we're going to be talking about 13 Vegas mistakes that only rookies make. What's going on, guys? Jacob Borth back here with another video of Jacob's Life in Vegas, coming to you guys on a beautiful day here. Oh man, this fall winter weather we got here in Las Vegas, absolutely amazing. You guys see I'm coming to you from the city limits of Las Vegas. They built this several years ago over here on Las Vegas Boulevard, just north of the Strat, in case you guys are wondering where the heck I am at right now. So we got something to talk about today. It's going to be a big one for a lot of you, especially those of you that are new to Vegas, you've never been here, maybe you've been coming for a while, maybe you've made some of these mistakes. We're going to be talking about 13 Vegas mistakes that only rookies make. First thing I'm going to do though, if you guys can like the video, subscribe, all that cool stuff, right? But for my subscribers, I got something for you guys. I've never done this on the channel. We're going to see how this goes, okay? I've got several videos between now and next week I'm going to be doing, but there's two in particular I'm torn between putting out next week, and you guys are going to vote for this, okay? Now, option one is why Vegas fees will go up in 2022, okay? Why they're gonna go up. I'll give you a whole bunch of reasons why they are. Or option two is why you need to stay on Fremont Street in Las Vegas. So you guys put option one, option two, all right? Fees are gonna go up, that's option one. Or option two, why you need to stay on Fremont Street. You can just put one or two down in the comment section to decide which of those videos I put out next week. But we're gonna jump into the first thing that Vegas rookies do when it comes to mistakes here in Las Vegas, all right? So number one, and this is one of the biggest giveaways, that someone is a tourist here in town. When you're referring to just up the road here to Fremont Street, downtown, under the canopy, anything like that, if you say Old Town, if you say Old Vegas, if you say the Old Strip, anything like that, Old Town, Old Vegas, Old Strip, that is a dead giveaway that you are a tourist in Vegas and that you maybe just haven't been to Vegas very much, okay? Locals, people who live here and people who come to Vegas a lot, they just say downtown or they say Fremont Street. They don't say Old Town, they don't say Old Vegas, they don't say Old anything, okay? They just say Fremont Street or maybe they'll say downtown, okay? The second mistake lots of Vegas rookies make, and I'll tell you guys a story about this one, man. Trying too hard to look cool. This happened one time when I was working the door at one of the clubs here in town, and two young guys come up. We're talking early 20s, okay? Ask you the ID, and this guy shows and just flashes his watch like this. He just holds his wrist up and shows me a watch, and I'm like, what the hell, dude? Like, give me your ID. Like, I don't care about that. And he said, oh, I thought this might actually mean something. I said, no, dude, it's just a watch. He goes, well, 22 years old, making six figures, like, you know. I said, no. I was like, wait. He's like, I said, don't ever do that again anywhere here in Vegas, okay? If someone asks for your ID and you flash like your watch, like you're some sort of high roller, no, you will get laughed at by people who work in clubs and other people around you, okay? Do not just go around trying to flash a watch or flash something like that thinking you're cool by showing that off. And if you do that, someone at the door is going to go, oh, we'll come right in. You're so amazing. You have such a cool watch on. Not happening, okay? The third thing we're going to talk about for mistakes that Vegas rookies make, and this one actually does not apply if you're from the Northeast, the Midwest, or if you're Canadian. This does not apply to you, okay? And this is if you come in the winter time and you don't bring a jacket, okay? You don't realize that Vegas actually gets cold in the winter. At nighttime, it can get below freezing. Even though it's dry here in the summertime, it's also dry here in the wintertime, all right? Now, because it's dry, it still gets cold. And if that wind picks up during the wintertime, especially at night, oh man, you're definitely gonna feel it. I can't tell you how many people I've met who've come here to Vegas, you know, from Florida or Texas or, you know, somewhere else, and they like come here to Vegas during the winter time, like, holy crap, like it gets cold in Vegas? Like, yeah, it does. You should probably bring a jacket with you. The fourth Vegas rookie mistake that I see people making when they're out here is they let a taxi long haul them, particularly from the airport. This happens. People from the airport come to Vegas, or they come to Vegas, they get to the airport, and they get a taxi, and they don't understand that long hauling in a taxi is completely illegal here in Nevada. And just to make the point, NRS 706.8846 says, with respect to a passenger's destination, a driver shall not take a longer route to the passenger's destination than is necessary unless specifically requested to do so by the passenger. Now, fun fact, there's actually an entire database online where you can see all the taxi drivers by permit number who have received long hauling violations. So if they long haul you, which is completely illegal, they actually don't even have to pay the fare. If they throw a shit fit about it, like, okay, call the police, call the taxi cab authority, and they long haul you, then the driver has to eat the cost of that. I never had it happen to me, but I know several other locals who've had that happen where the driver didn't realize they were a local and they got long hauled, and they just told me, yeah, because I'm not paying you. And the driver got all pissed off and said, okay, call the taxi cab authority on me. And they didn't do it. So if you get long hauled, that is completely illegal. If the driver says, I know a shortcut, they say, hey, do you want to go a different way? DMB. They say you want to go a different way or something like that, say nope, because if they do that and you say yes, then you just gave them permission to take a different route, all right? The fifth mistake Vegas rookies make is they let street performers charge them, okay? Now you see the street performers on the strip, you see them on Fremont Street, all that kind of thing, okay? Now, if you decide to take a photo with them, it is customary to tip them. Now it is a tip, it is a gratuity. It is not a legal obligation to pay for a service, okay? Now keep that in mind, because if someone's up there and you go up to a street performer and you want to take a photo, they will usually say, I work for tips. They'll say, we work for tips, that kind of thing. So a tip could be $1, $3, $5, $20, $50, $100, it's whatever you want to give. It's a tip, it's a gratuity. It is not a set fee, it is not a set charge. So if they say, if you take a photo, they say, oh, that'll be $10, that'll be $20, or $20 for each of us? No. They cannot do it. They legally cannot do that. It is your choice for how much to give them, okay? Now, if you are going to take the photo, I encourage you to give something as a tip. But they cannot say, you owe me X amount of money for this, all right? If they really push it, and it was me, I would just say, well, then call the police on me. If I owe you $20 for a photo, then call the police and tell them I need to pay you. They're not going to do it. The sixth mistake we'll talk about here that people make when they come to Vegas, especially as a rookie, is that they don't try the $20 trick at the front desk. I've talked about this numerous times in other videos. Guys, you have basically nothing to lose by trying this trick. And when you go to the front desk, the $20 trick is when you give them your ID and your credit card to check in, take a $20 bill, you fold it over a couple times, you put in between that, and when you hand it to them, you can just say, hey, do you have any upgrades available? All right, they know what that means. Anybody who's worked the front desk in Vegas is well aware of this. They've had plenty of people try this, okay? Now, you can just say that. If you want to ask for something specific, like upgrade to a suite, you can, but that's not very likely to happen, okay? Unless it's maybe a super slow time of year or something like that, that's not likely to happen. But you could, they say, hey, I don't have any room upgrades. Maybe you say, hey, well, can we get a higher floor? Can we get a late checkout? Can we get, to be closer or farther from the elevator, right? Different things that you can still ask for that they'll definitely work to give you because they want the tip, right? So hey, try that $20 trick when you come here. Even if you're a rookie, you've never been here, don't worry about looking like a fool or looking goofy, okay? Just give it a try and go for it and see what happens, okay? The seventh rookie mistake that people make here in Las Vegas is they tip strip promoters. So you guys see those promoters on the strip for the nightclubs and the strip clubs and stuff like that. Do not give them cash out there on the street. Don't do that, okay? Those people that are out there, they get a commission from the clubs they work for. Oftentimes they'll work with like a limo company and they'll have, drivers they work with, and the driver, the limo company get paid out, and then they'll pay out the promoters from that, okay? So if you do not give them just cash on the strip, don't do that, okay? The nightclubs will pay them out, the strip clubs will pay them out. Now, one thing you can do, I will say you are going to a nightclub or you are going to a strip club and the promoter either goes with you or they meet you there and they make sure you get inside. I've seen that before where a promoter will walk their group in or they'll go to the front of the club with them to make sure they get in fine, everything goes smoothly. If you do that, then hey, that's definitely, worthy of tipping them because they made sure the whole thing went smoothly, okay? But, if they're like, hey, hop in this limo, go to this club, just give me $20 a guy and I'll take care of you. You may get to that club and find out the deal the promoter told you is not the real deal, or something else just goes wrong. Now the promoter's not there. Maybe you're trying to call him. He isn't answering his phone. You just gave this guy, $20 a person for something like that, okay? Don't do that, all right? The eighth tip, or the eighth mistake, for here in Las Vegas that people make, and oh man, I've seen this one, is that a rookie would think that a stripper actually likes them, okay? Now you guys, try your luck, whatever. You do whatever you want to do, okay? There's not too many things that Vegas strippers have not heard as far as customers saying, okay? I'll give you a little hint. Most of them don't want to be saved, all right? Most of them are not looking to marry you. Most of them don't like you that much, okay? All right, you're coming to Vegas. You want to go to a strip club, get your lap dances, that kind of thing. Have fun, but I've seen more than one occasion where someone legitimately thinks that, they're going to start a new life with someone that they met, with a stripper they met in one of these clubs. Not very likely, that's all I'm going to say, all right? The ninth mistake Vegas rookies make, okay, is when you come here and you go to your room, all right, and you want to put drinks in your fridge. If you have a room that comes with a fridge, you want to put drinks in there. You take the drinks out that they already have in there, and you put your drinks in there. Woo, you're going to get charged for it. You will absolutely get charged for that here in Las Vegas, just for keeping your own drinks in the mini fridge that came with the room, all right? Now, directly off of Caesar's own website, it says refrigerators are based upon availability for a small daily fee. Now, last I saw, it was $75 to remove any items from the fridge to put something of your own in there. So if you consider, $75 to be a small fee, hey, then go for it. But most people, particularly first timers in Vegas, are not going to consider $75 to be a small daily fee. The 10th mistake that Vegas rookies make when they come here is not getting a player's card, a rewards card, or whatever term you want to use at the casino, okay? This is something I would encourage you to do, particularly if you're going to be coming back to Vegas several more times throughout the year or any time in the near future, okay? Because oftentimes they'll give you some rewards just for signing up for the card. They might give you something. And sometimes they'll actually comp you a night via email. So you get the card, you're on the email list, and then down the road, they'll send you an email and they'll just comp you a night. That does happen. People think that oftentimes you need to gamble a whole bunch of money to get anything from these casinos. I did a whole video on that, how to get comps for Vegas casinos without gambling. And one of those ways was just signing up for their email list, signing up for the card. Sometimes they'll just email you, they say, hey, we're gonna give you a comp night here. So if you wanna come for a weekend, one of your nights is already comped. The 11th mistake that Vegas rookies make is when it comes to gambling, right? Playing blackjack without knowing basic strategy, or really, you could say any gambling at all, okay? If you're gonna come to Vegas, you don't know how to gamble at all, you just start putting money, start putting up money, that's a very expensive way to learn how to gamble, okay? And these casinos, like everyone says, were not built on winners, right? They were built because people lost more money over time than they won, all right? That's how these casinos were built. Now, instead, here's what you can do, okay? You can go to Casino Quest inside Fashion Show Mall, and you can pay $20 to be in there for an hour to learn how to play blackjack, really just about any game, okay? So way to go in there, you pay a little bit of money, they charge you per hour to be in there, and you can start learning how to gamble, okay? So you can do that here, maybe understand a little bit, and then if you wanna go hit the tables and put your own money on it, that's something I would recommend more than just starting to put up your own money right away and learning as you go. The 12th mistake that Vegas rookies make is really going too hard the first night they're here, okay? Their first night in town, they go really hard, and they basically spend like the rest of their trip in semi-recovery mode. And I've noticed this from working in hospitality and nightlife for years. I did it in California. Friday was a busy night, but Saturday was almost always busier than Friday, because people get off work Friday, oftentimes they stay at home, they sleep Friday night, we have Saturday, go out and party hard Saturday night, recover Sunday, and time for work on Monday. Here in Vegas, it's the other way around. Friday night is almost always busier than Saturday night, because people get here Friday, they go party hard Friday night, and they're still like kind of recovering on Saturday, even while they're going out on Saturday night. And then on Sunday, right, they're usually flying back or driving back home or something like that, okay? So for some people, they come here Friday, they go real hard, they don't hydrate, and then they wind up spending most of their money, and they wind up drinking a crap ton. And Saturday, they're like, trying to recover on Saturday, which kind of ruins the day for them. And then, they have Saturday night, the next day they just fly out. So if you pace yourselves a little bit, you can actually have a bit more fun if you don't go super hard on Friday night and have to recover the next day. And the 13th and final rookie mistake we'll talk about here in Las Vegas, that thinking the hotels and casinos are easier to walk to than they are. All right, people look at the Las Vegas Strip, and I'm at the very north end of it right now, okay? People think of the Strip, they typically think of from Mandalay Bay to where the Strat is, okay? Las Vegas Boulevard itself is much longer than that, but when people refer to the Strip, this is what they're talking about, Mandalay Bay to the Strat, okay? That's about 4 miles. So some people, they say, oh, 4 miles, that's not that far, that's easy to walk. No, that is not like walking 4 miles straight, okay? That's not like that at all. Anybody who's been here numerous times will tell you, and this is especially a big mistake if you do it when you got brand new shoes or brand new sandals so you haven't broken in yet. Your feet are going to be hurting if you do that. If you start walking here with brand new shoes, brand new sandals you got just for your Vegas trip, your feet are absolutely going to pay for it depending on how much walking you do here in Las Vegas. So, guys, those are the 13 big rookie mistakes that people make here in Las Vegas. If there's something I missed, let me know about it down below. And remember, if you're a subscriber, go ahead and vote for the video you want to see next week. You have option 1 about fees going up in 2022, or you have option 2, which is why you need to stay on Fremont Street. Outside of that, I want to tell you guys, thank you for watching. Thank you for being so awesome. That is it for this video. I am Jacob. This is my life in Vegas.